How did the memory of the 1936 Berlin Olympics affect the organization of the 72 Munich Games? The 36 Olympics in Berlin were marked by Nazi signs, Aryan propaganda, Nazi propaganda. The swastika was everywhere. Basically, it was Hitler trying to promote his own ideals into a place where it really shouldn't have. And then that kind of made the 72 Munich Games very passive. None of the people had guns that were basically policing the event. They all wore bright outfits. They tried to be friendly, stuff like that. And then in the Munich massacre, pretty much Black September mapped out the Olympic Village, jumped over a fence, knew which athletes were in which of the Israeli houses, and then they went in there and then they took them hostage. They avoided the shooting team and the wrestlers, and they went for pretty much the weakest link. And then they basically held them at ransom and asked for 200 prisoners to be released, and they all died in the process. And yeah, they all died at the end of it. And what happened in the aftermath of it, basically Israel hunted down all the people that in Black September that did it, and then they pretty much murdered them. They don't know what happened to them, but you can guess it was murder. And then how did it affect future Olympic Games and the international politics more broadly? Obviously, with Israel going out and killing people, it has a pretty negative impact on things. And it tightened security at pretty much the next Olympic Games and made it so that could never pretty much happen again. And then in the global issues with Pyongyang and the 2020 Olympics, most of the controversies that happened with it would be stuff surrounding COVID-19, the pandemic, Fukushima radiation, heat and air conditioning, water quality, tropical storm, and then the damage of rooms by Australian athletes and just other incidents altogether. And then what do you think about these issues? My own opinion. The Olympics are really the Olympics. If there's nuclear radiation, and if there actually is, and the rooms and everything get tested, everything goes clean, have the Olympics. If not, that's pretty much the only issue. Let the athletes compete and make them wear masks so they go on the track, do all that stuff. But the Olympics are a pretty big deal. It'd be a pretty bad reason for any of those really to cancel them, unless, of course, radiation and general health is a literal issue. And then, should a permanent facility be built to host the Olympic Games? What are the pros and cons of having a venue? And then, or should the current system of rotating be between different countries continue? For the rotating of the countries, I think that it really should keep rotating, but it should be elected. There should be a vote to which country it goes to. And then a permanent facility to host the Olympics would also probably not work well, because part of the Olympics and the original dream was to, unite nations together and to get along and promote being bigger, faster, stronger. So it really shouldn't have one place that it should always be. It should continue to go along with the cultures and the games and the things that go along with the places that they're held. And they should be voted into that too. So, yeah.